Hello guys, this is the part 5 of the story of Marshall Peak. Yankai leads the survivors, using the help of an old ancestor's before death divine ability, to break through the Ink army in no return pass, and returns to the 3000 worlds. Here, Yankai briefly ends up in spatial territory, where he witnesses a desperate battle between the 3000 worlds forces and the Ink clan. Before he gets the chance to meet back up with friends and family, Yankai goes back to close up the void tunnel connecting Ink battlefield to the spatial territory. After doing so, Yankai rescues Ji Lao-san, now an ancient dragon, from the hands of the Ink clan and proceeds to return to the 3000 worlds through the void tunnel he used to originally enter Ink battlefield. This time, Yankai returns to Void Land, and drops off over 5,000 elite disciples from his small universe so that they can promote to Open Heaven realm. After departing, Yankai makes his way to Shattered Heaven, and it is the 3000 worlds connection point to the spatial territory. In Shattered Heaven, Yankai inadvertently uncovers a plot by the Ink clan to revive the dead Ink giant spiritual god in Ancestral Land. Though he manages to sorrowfully kill one of the 8th rank Open Heaven realm Ink disciples, Yankai is unable to stop the revival of the Ink giant spiritual god, who he learns actually carries the soul wisp of Ink itself. When Yankai tries to banish the Ink clone to the void, he is surprised to learn that Ink is extremely comfortable in the chaotic nihility from which it was born. Yankai is eventually rescued by Smile's old ancestor, who helps him to escape from Ancestral Land. Unable to stop the Ink giant spiritual god from destroying the world barrier of spatial territory, Yankai heads to the Wind Mist territory to try and cut off the opening another black giant spiritual god created. During this time, the hopeful old ancestors, Dragon Emperor, and Fire Phoenix Empress sacrifice their lives, sparing only Fu Guang, Smiles, and Wu Qing old ancestors, so that the 3000 worlds forces can retreat back to Star Boundary. There, they may one day grow strong enough to take their worlds back from the invading Ink clan. As this occurs, Yankai is chased to the chaotic dead territory by one of the last two living innate royal lords. The innate royal lord is quickly and easily slaughtered by Sun's burning shine and Moon's nether glimmer, and Yankai discusses with him the mystery of the first light. The siblings then inform Yankai that they have tried to fuse in the past to no avail. The yellow and blue siblings proceed to also inform him of the oddity of their sudden birth, the fact that they cannot control their strength, and that they are not actually the ancestors of divine spirits. Sun's burning shine and Moon's nether glimmer then provide Yankai with a great amount of their source strength so that he can provide Sun and Moon marks to 10 other divine spirits. They also provide Yankai with countless millions of up to 8th rank Open Heaven realm equivalent mutated small stone race. After this encounter, Yankai rescues a big territory from the assault of the Ink clan, and then mysteriously starts refining a universe world into a world bead. After doing so, Yankai eventually makes contact with and teleports to the World Tree in Great Ruins Boundary, as he has learned it is the source of all universe worlds in the outer universe. The World Tree, after taking the form of a humanoid old man, then helps Yankai to travel to numerous big territories in order to save more universe worlds. As Yankai completes this process, he fatefully reunites with Wu Quang, now a 7th rank Open Heaven realm peak cultivator. After refining 2000 universe worlds and receiving 3 subtrees from the World Tree, Yankai proceeds back to Ink battlefield from Black territory. On Ink battlefield, Yankai heads to the source area with Wu Quang. Upon arriving, Yankai releases the light Kang sent into him back into Wu Quang, who is actually a reincarnated soul fragment of Shi, Devourer. With the memories of Devourer, Wu Quang agrees to take responsibility for operating the heavenly beginning Great Restriction, but warns Yankai that he needs 3000 years to break through to 9th rank with heaven-devouring battle law in a World Tree subtree. Before departing, Yankai receives from Wu Quang both a secret art that can potentially help him to break free of the shackles of Open Heaven realm promotion and information on the realm beyond 9th rank, Creation Realm, the supposed realm of Ink's true body. After leaving Wu Quang in the restriction, Yankai stops by no return pass to destroy 5 kings' nests and significantly injures the last remaining innate royal lord before again returning to the 3000 worlds. Yankai ends up in mysterious nether territory, where, after slaying several innate territory lords single-handedly in order to rescue its human race forces from imminent defeat, he finally reunites with most of his wives. Shortly after this, Yankai is made the army commander of the mysterious Nether Army by the human race's newly formed head office division due to his impressive display of strength. In his first major move as army commander, Yankai leads a group of elites consisting of both his wives and former members of his Ink battlefield team, Dawn Squad, to the nearby Yearning Territory in order to rescue some stranded human race cultivators. In Yearning Territory, Yang Kai strikes even more fear into the Ink clan by slaughtering several more innate territory lords by himself, something that would otherwise be thought to be impossible for even a peak 8th rank Open Heaven Realm cultivator. What's more, Yang Kai also manages to rescue the stranded human race forces in this territory by using both his massive small universe and the world tree to transport everyone to Great Ruins Boundary before finally returning to Star Boundary. After briefly visiting Star Boundary, Yang Kai sets off for the new big territory to plant a new world tree subtree on a monster race-dominated universe world called Myriad Monster World. After doing so, he travels back to mysterious Nether territory, where he proceeds to kill dozens of innate territory lords over the course of several decades to put great fear into the hearts of all the Ink clan's forces. Due completely to Yang Kai's fearsome reputation, the Ink clan leadership of mysterious Nether territory then eventually agreed to a treaty with Yang Kai for both sides to keep their 8th ranks out of the war, allowing for the younger generations to train within the territory. With mysterious Nether territory stable, Yang Kai returns to Star Boundary to finally start practicing the 3 parts normalizing art given to him by Wu Kuang before the latter entered the heavenly beginning Great Restriction. In doing so, he splits off a large portion of his divine soul before placing it within a stillborn infant within Void World. This clone, Fang Tianxi, then cultivates vigorously within Void World as Yang Kai recovers over the next 300 years within Star Boundary. After witnessing Fang Tianxi's straight promotion to the 7th rank Open Heaven Realm before he is mysteriously brought back down to 6th rank, Yang Kai leaves him with the last of his World Tree subtrees before returning to the head office division's horrifying strength to the Ink clan. Yang Kai eventually joins the other elite 8th ranks of the human race as they negotiate a similar peace treaty as the one in mysterious Nether territory for the majority of the 13 big territory battlefields. As a result of this negotiation, led on the Ink side by the talented innate territory lord, Mo Nai, both sides agree to hold back their 8th rank Open Heaven Realm or equivalent powerhouses in 7 of the 13 remaining big territory battlefields as long as Yang Kai stays out of the war, giving both the human race and the Ink clan time to train their next generations. As he is no longer able to participate in the war, Yang Kai then spends the next 1,700 years both cultivating within the World Tree subtree on Star Boundary and developing the final clone of the 3 parts normalizing secret art on Myriad Monster World. During this time, the clone, a monster beast named Shadow Leopard, takes only 500 years to become the Thunder Shadow Great Emperor of Myriad Monster World. With himself having essentially cultivated to his limit at the peak 8th rank Open Heaven Realm over the course of this time, Yang Kai then heads off to search for clues on the first light of the outer universe. Yang Kai explores the various big territories in his search for the first light. After a brief reunion with his 3 legacy disciples, Yang Kai travels to again meet with Sun's Burning Shine and Moon's Nether Glimmer, who inform him that, though they may be related to the first light, they are missing something whenever they try to fuse back together, and a better answer could probably be found within the Divine Spirit Ancestral Land. Upon traveling to the Ancestral Land, Yang Kai finds that it has been overtaken by the Ink clan. After forming a connection with the Ancestral Land's will, Yang Kai proceeds to use the world's strength to drive the Ink clan away. Yang Kai then falls into a deep sleep as the Ancestral Land exhausts its strength to bring his dragon cultivation to the absolute peak of the ancient dragon realm. Due to the Dragon Clan's natural talent in the Tao of Time, Yang Kai views the history of the birth of the Ancestral Land during this time, and learns that it was actually formerly just a normal land mass on which the first light, after having already split off Sun's Burning Shine and Moon's Nether Glimmer, crashed onto before splitting further into the various original Divine Spirit clans. In this vision, Yang Kai also sees a mysterious human-like figure coming from the center of the crash site of the first light. Upon finally awakening, Yang Kai finds himself caught in an ambush by the Ink clan that ultimately violates their treaty. Yang Kai then fights a hard-fought battle to defeat the pseudo-royal lord, Di Wu, the first of the new type of Yang Kai travels to No Return Pass, where Mo Nai, now also a pseudo-royal lord, appeases the former with the compensation of 1,000 Ink disciples and a large amount of resources. Yang Kai then eventually returns to the human race headquarters in the 3000 Worlds, where he proceeds to pick up a new weapon and army, known as the Withdrawing Ink Platform and Army respectively, whose mission is to aid Wu Kuang in keeping the heavenly beginning Great Restriction on Ink battlefield intact. During his time leading this group toward the restriction, Yang Kai discovers through various means that Zhang Ruoshi's Heaven's Order bloodline is actually descended from the mysterious human-like figure that walked from the crash site of the First Light, and that it is actually the most superior First Light-related bloodline in existence. After settling down the Withdrawing Ink army outside of the heavenly beginning Great Restriction, Yang Kai brings Ruozai to the chaotic dead territory to meet with Sun's Burning Shine and Moon's Nether Glimmer. After both of the Supreme Beings form a child-to-parent-like bond with Zhang Ruozai, Yang Kai leaves her there to cultivate with the latter two per their request, with the anticipation that Ruozai, who is not affected by the 2-rank Open Heaven Realm limit due to her bloodline, will soon reach the 9th rank Open Heaven Realm. Later, after years of jostling with Mo Naiyi and the Ink clan over resources on Ink Battlefield, Yang Kai discovers that the heavenly beginning Great Restriction has actually leaked nearly 1,008 territory lords over the last several decades before Wu Kuang is able to seal it up. Having subsequently slaughtered hundreds of these weakened and recovering territory lords, who each paid a significant price to escape from the restriction, Yang Kai ends up in a life-or-death battle against another large group of escaped innate territory lords led by Mo Naiyi. However, before this battle can be concluded, the universe furnace suddenly presents itself through the appearance of several illusory projections within both the 3000 Worlds and Inked Battlefield. Having been caught up in one of these projections during his battle with Mo Naiyi and the others, Yang Kai takes advantage of his mastery of the Tao of Space to enter the universe furnace's inner world ahead of everyone else. As both select human race and Ink clan forces subsequently prepare to enter the universe furnace the usual way, a forcefully locked-in place Yang Kai begins to learn some of the mysteries of the still unopened furnace, including the fact that there are only 9 best-quality open heaven pills that can help a martial artist break through the 2-rank limit. Yang Kai begins to track down the best-quality open heaven pills using solar and moon marks he previously placed within them during their formation while the furnace was closed. During this time, Yang Kai also discovers both the existence of the universe furnace's endless river and its native chaos spirit race. After subsequently making contact with some human race forces, Yang Kai joins up with his now peak 8th ranked monster emperor special clone, Shadow Leopard, in successfully acquiring a best quality open heaven pill. However, Yang Kai shortly thereafter learns that his practice of the 3 parts reunification art makes this pill useless for breaking his own 8th rank limit. Later, after using a battle formation to drive off another pseudo-royal lord with the assistance of Shadow Leopard, the veteran 8th rank Open Heaven Realm Oyanglai, and 3 other human race 8th ranks, Yang Kai decides to give his longtime comrade Oyanglai the best quality Open Heaven pill so that the latter can promote to the 9th rank Open Heaven Realm. While protecting Oyanglai's subsequent promotion, Yang Kai has an epiphany toward the usage of his Grand Daos, leading to him physically manifesting his space and time Grand Daos to eventually form a space-time river. Based on the universe furnace's own endless river, the space-time river greatly boosts Yang Kai's already impressive strength, allowing him to steamroll through the majority of Ink clan forces he subsequently encounters. Eventually, however, Yang Kai stumbles upon a conflict between a newly born Ink clan royal lord and a 9th rank equivalent Chaos Spirit King over yet another best quality open heaven pill. Though he manages to acquire this pill, an injured Yang Kai ends up being relentlessly pursued by both the Ink clan and the Chaos Spirit King, forcing him to use many trump cards until he escapes into the endless river of the universe furnace, where his soul-warming lotus, world tree subtree, and space-time river allow him to survive. After subsequently learning that the endless river consists of all of the myriad Grand Daos stemming from chaos, Yang Kai proceeds to absorb the myriad Grand Daos of the river until his attainments in them reach even more mysteries about the endless river. Yang Kai gains further insight and inspiration toward a path to the creation realm, but he determines again that he must reach the 9th rank Open Heaven Realm before he can advance further. After leaving the endless river, Yang Kai finds Yang Xiao on the now 9th rank Open Heaven Realm Yang Shui, along with Oyanglai, Fang Tianxi, and several other human race forces, as they try to protect Xiangshan's promotion to 9th rank from a siege led by the newly promoted Royal Lord Mo Naiyi in addition to a Chaos Spirit King. With his space-time river now also consisting of the 3000 Grand Daos, Yang Kai proceeds to kill a pseudo-royal lord and over a dozen territory lords before joining Yang Xiao, Fang Tianxi, Shadow Leopard, Blood Crow, and several other 8th ranks in forming an extremely powerful 8 trigrams formation in order to fend off the tyrannical strength of Mo Naiyi. Unfortunately, however, the formation is disrupted and Yang Kai is injured when the betrayal of 3 recently promoted 8th rank Ink disciples planted within the human race forces successfully forces Xiangshan to give up his promotion. With the human race forces now struggling, Yang Kai has no choice but to attempt to break through to the 9th rank Open Heaven Realm in the middle of the battle. After absorbing Fang Tianxi and Shadow Leopard into his small universe as part of the 3 parts reunification art, Yang Kai first breaks through to the Divine Dragon Realm as he is besieged by 3 pseudo-royal lords. Needing one final push, Yang Kai then elicits the worship of the inhabitants of Void World to finally break through to the 9th rank Open Heaven Realm. After instantly killing a pseudo-royal lord before stabilizing his foundation, Yang Kai proceeds to immediately turn the tide of the battle, eventually forcing an injured Mo Yi to flee. Having won the battle, Yang Kai adjusts to the fact that 3 souls now occupy his body as Xiang Shan successfully promotes to 9th rank, gaining the human race 4 new such masters since the opening of the Universe Furnace. Later, as the Universe Furnace closes and the human race and Ink Clan forces return to their respective stations, Yang Kai decides to stay behind in the Universe Furnace as he looks to use his newly gained 9th rank Open Heaven Realm strength to follow the Endless River for some time. Yang Kai eventually finds himself having been ejected outside of the Universe Furnace alongside several immature and lifeless universe worlds and celestial phenomena. From this experience, Yang Kai deduces that the Universe Furnace, which lies within the void of boundless chaos, and its endless river are actually responsible for the creation of the 3000 worlds and Ink battlefield. Now needing to make his way back to the 3000 worlds from chaos, Yang Kai, who is accompanied and assisted by the souls of Shadow Leopard and Fang Tianxi, embarks on this journey for more than 100 years as the newly bolstered human race forces in the 3000 worlds manage to recapture some big territories from the Ink Clan in his absence. During this time, Shadow Leopard proposes that the 3000 worlds is likely just one of many such worlds that the Universe Furnace has created, and that these worlds are simply separated by vast expanses of the chaos, causing them to be unaware of one another. Though at first skeptical, a pensive Yang Kai then very quickly finds this theory to be quite plausible. That's all of today's story. Please like and subscribe to my channel.